Yo, 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 welcome back to the second ever The Sports Resort. We got Kassidy Cook in the house. World-class diver, all-American, social media. I don't even know what to call her. She got like a lot going on right now. I feel like I don't even know her. I'm like, dude, she got like 500,000 people follow on Instagram. Like, my little like ain't gonna even matter. You know, it's like 50,000 more other people like it. Nah. But this young lady I've been around, you know, pretty much I seem like her whole life. We done did a lot of crazy stuff, waking up at 5 a.m. running, just all kinds of crap. I done seen her, you know, highs, I've seen her lows. And she's someone that, you know, I respect highly of, and I always, you know, in a way, you know, treat her like my daughter or sister in a way. And I've always did that. Welcome to the Sports Resort, Cass. You're on number 2. I was gonna put you number 1, but for some reason you were late.
I got bumped down.
Yeah, you got bumped down, dog. That's how it goes sometimes, gotta get bumped down and you come right back to the top. But number 2 is not bad.
Yeah, you're forgiven. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Appreciate it. You got them guns. Golly. That
Well,
girl is eating them broccoli every day, y'all. Broccoli, chicken breasts, salads with no dressing, just straight lemon juice or something like that. I don't know. Oh, I didn't eat that today. I'm not gonna even lie. I might eat this tonight though, because I'm on a low key diet, about twice a week. Welcome, Kaz. How's everything been? You know,
It's been going great. Yeah, so far I came out of a short retirement a couple months ago, and so I've been training hard this summer so far, having fun and loving it, and you know, just getting back into the swing of things.
Nice. And I've been around you so long. You know, I think I first met you. You know, mom, crazy Laura, was like, hey, this little girl is going to Olympics. I think you were like in 6th, 7th grade. I was like, what is this lady talking about, Olympics, huh? What? I'm like, whatever. Then she got me to go to one of your diving meets in Florida, and then got me to go to your practice, and just started explaining to me the whole diving world, which I think I went to Florida, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you dove the first dive, and it was 29 other people, and you had to wait 29 dives or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was quiet. Nobody can talk. And I think I was talking to Bob, and he was like, shh. I'm like, holy crap, I can't talk here. And I didn't know. Yeah, I'm like, holy crap, I got to be quiet. And I'm the only black guy there, so I'm like, okay, I got to be quiet before they kick me out. And it was outside, and the wind was blowing, but I like, holy crap, she got to wait a lot of dives to go again. This is like serious right here.
Mm-hmm. It's a long process, a competition.
Yeah, it was long. I was like, whoa, man, I need like some food or something. But anyway, it was a cool experience. And I tell people, you know, to this day, you know, and my whole career is probably one of the coolest experiences I ever did. Had, you know, training you and training all the girls and just learning the diving world. And it just taught me a lot. You know, a lot of people don't even know divers lift weights and, you know, work out zillion hours a day. A lot of people just see it on TV and they just like, oh, she diving in the water, but don't see behind the scenes things that go on.
Exactly. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I tell you the truth, before I met you, I just watched the Olympics. I'd be like, all right, diving, swimming, okay, cool. You know, they jumped in the water, never understood how you got to land and everything and the height. But now I know I'm actually a professional. I probably can go host a show. NBC, where they at?
You could be a commentator for diving.
Reach out to DJonk.
Your next career.
I'm easy to find. All right, we're gonna kind of hop into it, Cass. You know, a lot of kids, a lot of people look up to you. I know you're probably one of the most humble people I know. So I know a lot of times you don't really, you know, you think yourself as a celebrity in a way. But you're a low-key celebrity, you know. I'd just be straight up. People like, oh, shit, Kassidy Cook. You know, I had parents like, is that Kassidy sitting there? I'm like, yeah. But a lot of people don't know the journey that you took to get to the Olympics and the things, you know, that happened. You didn't make it the first time. You know, you missed it by less than a point, if I'm not mistaken, and things like that. And just the journey and to keep coming back and the injuries you had. Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen and trained you when you had a broke arm, a hurt shoulder, just random stuff. But, you know, most people would have quit. You know, I always tell people, most people would have gave up. You know, most people say, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to do something else. I'm not going to do this. But you kept going. You know, how has the journey been? Just give a brief, you know, because people always, you know, I don't think nobody ever just got everything from me on a journey, what it takes to get there. Just give people a little journey right quick, some love.
Yeah. Well, that's typically how it is for Olympic sports. People don't really see all the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that goes into it. They only really focus on them for the year of the Olympics. But, I'd been training for the Olympics my whole entire life. I started diving when I was 3, had Olympic dreams since I was 6, and, worked my butt off every day from 6 years old on to achieve that goal. And it's definitely been a up and down journey, as most athletes' journeys are in their careers. But it started, my first real shot at the Olympics was in 2012, and at that trials I had a great competition, but I missed the Olympics by less than half a point, which at the time as a 17-year-old girl was heartbreaking. It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through as an athlete, because to come so close to achieving your dream. And then on top of that, I tore my labrum in my shoulder 2 weeks after that, 360 degrees. So I had to get a completely reconstructive shoulder surgery on my right arm. And so I remember watching the Olympic opening ceremonies from my hospital bed, because I had surgery that same day. And it was just, devastating for me. As a 17-year-old, I was the alternate. I was so close to being there, and then to just have a potentially career-ending injury at that point was really hard to get through. But
who like through and that's most people don't even have that happen to them in a lifetime, and basically all those injuries. What kept you going through this journey? I know you had a very supportive family, stronghold. I mean, your mom Laura is probably one of the toughest ladies that I know, just pushy and just making, hey, let's go. Your dad is kind of laid back. He gonna push you, but not like your mom. Your mom is gonna be, hey, let's go. Like, just how she is. Who helped you the most? Besides, I know your family. You have sisters, brother. What kept you going through these injuries? It was your mom. Who was the most probably close to you doing this?
A lot of it was overcoming things for myself, but it does take a village. And so all my trainers, like you, my coaches, they really helped me push that. But really just believing in myself and wanting to reach a goal that I've had set for myself since I was 6 years old is what really kept me going. Like, I would think about quitting or, taking a break, or maybe, just doing college diving instead of going for the Olympics. But I would think about that 6-year-old girl that would go to bed every night asking my mom, do you think the Chinese are still practicing? Because I wanted to beat them so bad. And just to strive and push myself to make that little girl proud, because I knew that I would have so many regrets in my life, going forward if I didn't at least try.
Yeah, and I totally agree to that, because, man, I opened this wonderful facility. I'm like, crap, should I do it or should I don't? Well, I didn't want to.
And you're taking a big risk, but
big risk.
Big risk, big reward. And sometimes the risk without the reward is worth it, because at least you tried.
Yeah, most definitely on that. So you go through the injuries, you bounce back, and you make it to the Olympics. Even though the water was like weird though.
Yeah.
Was it like green?
It was green. There were some issues at the Rio Olympics, but
so you come back, you make it, come back, 4 years later, you make it, bam, you make it. Was it what you thought it was gonna be? Because I didn't go to Rio because all the crazy. So I'm like, okay, with my luck, I go out there and be the one to get sick or something. So I didn't go at the time. I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to Rio. So I'm watching on TV. So I'm sitting at home, eating my popcorn, eating my chicken breast and broccoli, working on my 6-pack. And I'm watching it. I'm watching you on there. I'm like, holy crap, she's like living her, something that she set out, She's doing it now. Was it all what you thought it was going to be going there?
I definitely had the time of my life. It was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had personally. For me, my competitive experience wasn't what I hoped for. I didn't compete to the best of my ability. I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit shook by the green water. And, at the Olympics, like, I'm used to going to world competitions and it's only diving or it's only water sports, but the Olympics is every single sport. And so there's troubles with transportation. You have to realize that you might be a little late or that you have to leave for the pool 2 hours early because it is the Olympics. It brings in a lot of tourism. There's going to be a lot of traffic. So
so y'all ain't have like VIP treatment with police escorts and bodyguards everywhere?
You do, but there's also hundreds or thousands of other athletes that are trying to get to the same event.
I'm gonna send you the DJonk helicopter next time, baby. We're gonna.
Thank you. But yeah, so I don't think I was fully mentally prepared for all the things that could go wrong. Like, I think if I had just, relied on my ability and not really focused on the small things, I would have competed better. But at the time I was like, I didn't get to do my usual practice. The pool is green. Like, I just let all these externalities affect me. But I was also very young. I was just 21. And so I feel like this next time coming around, I'm much more mature. I know what to expect, which is to expect the unexpected. And, that's having that Olympic experience, prior Olympic experience, being a two-time Olympian instead of a one-time Olympian, I've heard, since I'm not that quite yet, but has a really good benefit to it because you're just like, you kind of know the road, the reins, like, that you just have to go with the flow and that, things aren't always going to go to plan.
Good. So that's the ring right there. Peep that out.
Yeah, yeah.
Bling, bling, folks.
I need a manicure.
And she got the tag. All right, that ring looked too small for my pinky. I was gonna see if I can do a pinky. That looked too small for my pinky.
You could try it.
DJonk Olympics diving. I don't even know if there's ever been a black diver. Bling bling. Has there been a black diver before? A guy?
Yeah. There's a
guy?
Jamaican. Yeah, his name's Yona Night Wisdom.
He's Jamaican. I'm talking about the United States.
Oh no, not the.
It's over with for me though. I'm too old. Matter of fact, I don't even dive, and I do know how to swim. So don't kill that myth. All right. So boom, you go to the Olympics. Everything happened, water green, blah, blah, blah. You have a great experience. To me, I think you came in 13th place. What's the place did you come in?
Yeah, 13th.
See, DJonk got a good memory, y'all. Bam, even though I'm old. And so you came in 13th place, I'm still proud of you. Everybody's proud of you. You was basically the face of the TV, all right? All right. Camera always follows you. Of course, you're very attractive, so the camera is going to follow you.
Well, thank you.
So that's one thing about being in shape, folks. When you play sports, look good. So you do the Olympics, and bam. Next is up. It's college. Do divers normally go to college, or do they just stay on the pro level? Some people don't know. They like, oh, you're a diver. Do you dive in college?
Well, divers in the United States typically go to college because, we don't. There's not a professional league of diving in the United States, and it's obviously not one of the most popular sports in the United States. So there's not going to be a lot of revenue. You're not going to be able to make a living, and obviously education is very emphasized as well because life after diving is very important to American divers, and that's kind of that's different than other countries because they don't have American football, they don't have basketball, baseball, where all these all the funding for sports go. So it's a little bit different. So I would say international divers can make a career out of it. Might not go to college for diving or and then can take a professional route. But United States, typically people go to college because it's a great opportunity. The United States also has great diving facilities at the university level as well. And there's also a lot of Olympians that come out of college programs.
Okay, so you go to Stanford. Let me get this straight because I remember your coach, I was talking to Kenny and Bob one day. And I think Michelle was there with me too. And I was like, and we was talking about diving. If I'm not mistaken, I heard Kenny say this. And he was like, diving only gives out one full scholarship every 4 years. Is that true for a team?
Possibly for one boy, one girl a year, maybe. I don't know if it's for every 4 years. I'm not too keen on that.
Okay, I was like, whoa, it's like your chance to get in the full. But,
yeah.
I mean, the Woodlands Diving Academy is probably one of the best in the country. I'll never forget going to see you and Christina was in the Olympic trials. And pretty much, it's pretty crazy. I think you, Christina, Kendall, who else? I'm missing somebody. Kelly. Is it 4? Or somebody else, right? Did y'all 4?
Yeah, and Michelle, but she was leaving for college.
Michelle. So it's 5 kids from the Woodlands Diving Academy at the Olympic trials. They were like, the Woodlands Diving, there was more people there from the Woodlands Diving Academy than colleges or something crazy. It was pretty interesting. I'm like,
definitely.
And I think that day I did something crazy. I flew into Seattle, and your dad picked me up, and I flew right back home. That's how bad I wanted to see y'all die. And I think I wasted like $1,000. But anyway, oh well. Life goes on. But that was a great thing. So you go to Stanford. How was the college life at Stanford? Because I always, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the smartest guy, and I never probably could have gotten Stanford unless I was going there to I don't know, walk around campus and just
Be a tour guide.
Be a tour guy and be like, oh, this Stanford, and buy me a shirt and wear it like I went there and go to the gym and work out, and people like, you went to Stanford, and you just kind of ignore them like, yeah.
Yeah, no, not good.
You're like, yeah, I went there. How was it going to Stanford? Because you hear, prestigious schools, Duke, Stanford, and I've worked with kids that went to all these schools, Notre Dame, Duke, Stanford, Harvard. Kobe Bryant went to Harvard. I'm like, man, Harvard, that's insane. How's it going to Stanford? College life, athletics, sports? Give me a little brief, because some people don't understand that when you go to schools like that, how's the everyday life?
It's definitely a grind because you're being challenged both academically and athletically.
So you get no perks, like teacher not like, hey, you a diver and you don't have to do this report tomorrow.
Yeah, well, communication is key. As a student athlete, you have to be really good at time management and, communicating with your teachers, going to office hours when you can, talking with the TAs, creating a relationship with your professor so that when the time comes when you are going to be gone for 2 weeks straight for competitions, that, your professor is supportive, because the professor does have the right to be like, you can't take my class if you're going to miss this many days. So you really want to work really hard to create those relationships and have a set schedule for yourself. And I think one of the great things about going to school at Stanford was it prepares you for life after sport. And teaches you responsibility, and you're getting a great education. And so that's one of the things that I really value from Stanford.
I heard you tell me, if I'm not correctly earlier, you said that, because most colleges you go there, they already have your schedule picked for you. You already have your classes, your books, and a lot of guys, they'll go major in sociology, parks and recreations, and all these things, and get a degree, and pretty much wasted 5 years of their life, on a vacation, and didn't use college, let college use them by not getting a great degree especially if they're on full scholarships. So you say you pick your own schedule?
Yeah, so you pick your major in your second year.
What did you major in?
I majored in communication and marketing.
As long as you didn't major in ping pong, we good, all right.
Although I'm very good at ping pong.
Don't get a degree in ping pong, though.
But yeah, so a lot of schools, I hear their student athletes, they make their schedules for them, make sure they get into the classes, they get early enrollment. Well, Stanford it makes it a little tough, but it also sets you up for life after sport. You have to make your own school schedule. You don't get early admission to classes, so you don't get because classes fill up. And if you fill up and you have to take it for your major, well, too bad. So a lot of schools.
How many hours did you take a semester?
So we have trimesters. So we have 3 in 1 year.
I have no clue what that is.
And you would have to average 15 hours per quarter to graduate. So that's 45 hours a year. It's a lot of school.
Okay, you lost me. I haven't been to school in a zillion years. I'm old.
But yeah, so.
How many years did it take you to graduate?
Just 4.
Oh,
yeah. I took a gap year, so I didn't actually. It took me 5, but actually only 4 years of actual school.
Okay, so you wasn't on a 7-year plan.
Yeah, no.
I had a funny story. I had a cousin who went to college. He took him 7 years to graduate, and my grandma thought he was going to be a doctor. She like, is he going to be a doctor?
Oh my gosh,
or something?
That's funny.
I like, nah, he on a long vacation. But he wasn't paying for college, so he was just milking it until I think my aunt told him, hey, if you don't graduate this semester, I'm not paying for school. I think it took him 6 years, actually. And now he decided he don't even want to use that major anymore. He's a truck driver. Anyway, long story short. But that's good. I always knew that you was going to be good at balancing that. And you have a Stanford degree. How you think a Stanford degree is prestigious? You walk in, you got a Stanford degree.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to have. It's great.
You have it like blown up on your wall or something, like a fat head or something?
No, I think my diploma's like on our pool table at home.
Actually, this is what I'm going to do. I have a great idea. Everybody that graduates from schools, I'm going to get a copy. Actually, not even a copy. I'm going to wallpaper it on the wall and show degrees. Actually, smart. Bam, okay. So you have it at home and people come over. Oh, you went to Stanford. You think you smart. Do they try to quiz you or something? I don't know.
No. I mean, I think everybody hears that I surround myself with a lot of successful people. So, I don't feel special for being an Olympian. I don't feel special for being a Stanford grad.
And you had a great point, successful people, and I'm always a fan of that. I try to tell people to stay around successful people because that's going to feed off on you.
Exactly. Drives you to be a better, successful person.
And that's something I try to do every day, be around somebody successful because that keeps my eyes going. Negativity in someone that has nothing going on or not successful, it's gonna pass me by because I'm not having nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
But to all the young people out there, even older people, I think they're getting grunts. But put yourself around somebody that's positive, successful. Ask for advice. And I always think, even though I'm she's sick, folks. She gonna give me the cooties. Block now. But make sure you keep yourself around positivity, man, and people that's successful and pick their brain sometime. That's what I'm a big fan of. That, and I still do this to the day. I don't know everything, and I think nobody knows everything. Bam, we're gonna pass the Stanford up. You got the Stanford degree on the wall, fathead. You got the license plate tag, Stanford, the keychain, the stickers on your car. Everybody know you driving. You went to Stanford, right? Stanford tattoo on your back. No, I'm messing with you. How's like your life and workout balance? Because I know you took a time off from diving, then you started back diving, and then and then your social life, and then you date, and then you travel, and you like to have fun. Now you became like a little social media influencer, I guess is the name they say. You get everybody listen to you. And then you like a low-key model, you in shape, you got six-pack, not like mine, I'm ripped, but you getting there. Just keep working, eat chicken breast, broccoli. How do you balance your life and your workouts and your training? How many hours a day do you train?
Typically 6 to 8, yeah. So, but balance has always been a very important part of my life. My mom emphasized it as I was a little kid. She was like, when we were at competitions when we were younger, she's like, you're not going to remember what place you got at junior regional zones.
Okay, hey, folks, she hit a great point. That's something I try to tell parents all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to remember when you was 8 years old and you won an award. Exactly. So, parents, make sure your kids are having fun, playing sports, and not just traveling and picking up every award at 8, 9, 10 years old. I say you're going to probably start remembering when you hit about 14, 13. But before that, it's all fun. You have no clue. Little Johnny is not going to remember the award when he was playing 7U soccer, traveling to Zimbabwe. All right, back on it. I just want to say that.
So basically what I was trying to say was that what I remember from those competitions were the fun things that I did at the meets. I don't remember what place I got. So, having that balance of fun and also, taking my sport very seriously is very important. But I think people tend to get burned out if their whole entire life is centered around their sport, everything that they ever do. So I went to public high school. I wasn't homeschooled. I was able to go and hang out with my friends on the weekends. And, I did have to make sacrifices. I was out of town a lot. In the summer, people have, summer nights all the time. Well, I only had, really one night, which is Saturday night, and Sunday was my rest day, but I practiced every single day. So there are sacrifices that you make, but you also want to enjoy yourself and you want to make sure that your sport, that you have something outside of your sport, because sports only last for so long. And you want to make sure that you're leaving your sport as a happy person and that you have something left in your life to hold on to.
What now? Your mom, well, you told me that too, that you was like a beast in soccer growing up. I don't see even the videos and nothing, so you need to go look through the archive. Tell Kevin Cook or Laura Cook to post like one of them black and white videos. I better not say that because she'd been to pull out a whole reel. So you played soccer too growing up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played soccer until I was about 13 years old. Very competitive. I played for Challenge 95. I was pretty good, I'd like to think.
Till 13, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all hear that, folks? She went to Olympics as a diver and she played soccer till she was 13. That goes back to my saying, I say that all the time. Multiple sports is something that it just makes sense, right? From not burning out, not peaking out, not a lot of that fun and everything. I mean, she was 13, still playing competitive soccer, and she ended up going to the Olympics. At what age, Cass, she went to the Olympics? 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to the Olympics, 21, was a national world champion. At what age?
14.
14, diving. So multiple sports, man. Just keep your kids in multiple sports. Let them have fun, all right? Fun. If they're an athlete, it's going to come out. Trust me, it's going to come out of them.
Exactly. And I loved doing dual sports. And the only reason I had to quit is because both schedules were getting demanding and I had to pick one. And diving was, one where my parents had saw more potential and that rubbed off on me. But I still do enjoy playing other sports. I play tennis on the weekends.
Yeah, I seen you and Boo playing tennis.
I like to play soccer. I like to throw around a ball. I like to bowl. I like to play ping pong. So, I mean, I just...
DJonk sucks in ping pong.
But yeah, like I think it's important to just practice athleticism in general and not just in your sport.
I think Boo probably was most athletic out of your sisters. I remember training her, and I trained her with the football players. I was like, holy crap, this girl can run. And I think she should have kept with track, but that's a long story.
Yeah.
She probably went to Olympics Day. But anyway, all right. What about nutrition? Because, man, looking at you, dude, you're like freaking on rip. I need to go. Golly, y'all. I need to go eat something. I need to go on a diet.
Well, for me, nutrition has been one of the
Let me get back from that from nutrition, right? So let me go back a couple steps because I remember, knowing you over the zillion years, we had you had an issue where you gained weight. I don't know if you got depressed or whatever. So you went through stuff.
Yeah.
So folks, her life has not always been perfect, all right? Not always just been Kassidy Cook, world champion, diver, Olympics, blah, blah, blah. All right, folks, she's went through adversity, especially with weight loss. And I think, what gaining weight and losing weight, and I think a lot of women, a lot of men too go through that. And a lot of times people don't know how to handle that. I remember times where me and you, start doing stuff outside the box, and I was so zoned in. I think I'm kind of crazy. I think we both was crazy at the time. And I'll be like, we need to lose weight. I'm like, crap, what can we do?
Run in a trash bag.
We put a trash bag on. I think I trained you and Andy one day and Haley Pounds, I think we all put trash bags. So I was like, okay, this is insane. Then we start going and running on the track at 5 a.m. I was like, holy crap, this is insane. Like, what am I doing? But, that showed me there, and I even thought, thing I was going through at the time, I'm like, holy crap, this young girl want to wake up and lose weight. At that time, I'm like, holy crap, I might well go meet her. So you did all that, went through that weight gain, weight loss, and look at you now, bam.
Yeah. So nutrition has always been something that I struggled with growing up. Working out wasn't an issue. I've always loved working out. I've never had a lack of motivation for that. But, after I hit puberty, after I went through my injury, my first major injury is when I started to, go to food as a coping mechanism.
You was eating cupcakes at 12 at night?
Basically,
what was your go-to bad food?
Nutella. I do love me some Nutella.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I found I've gone through a lot of ups and downs with food, and that's a whole different topic over the past couple years. But what I found works for me is when I was counting calories and counting macros and saying I can only eat this, this, and this, that was when I would actually binge eat. So I would be really good throughout the whole day, and then at night I would, eat a whole gallon of ice cream and a jar of Nutella, and it's just because
was it Bluebell homemade? What was
it? It was Bluebell homemade, Ben and Jerry's, the whole shebang, baby.
Don't say that. I got Bluebell butter pecan at home. Bluebell,
so
y'all
good.
need to. Bluebell, I'm giving y'all plugs, so y'all need to. Y'all need to give me some kind of sponsorship or something. Bluebell, y'all up the street in Brenham. Come on back.
But yeah, now I just listen to my body. If I'm hungry, I eat, and I make healthy choices. I'd say probably 80% of the time. But if I do want an ice cream, I'll have an ice cream, and it won't be a whole gallon or a whole pint this time. Like I'll have an ice cream bar, but not restricting.
You know what I buy?
Myself.
I buy those little bitty because I do get ice cream. I buy them little bitty ones they sell in the store. It's like them little small one. They like $1.
Yeah, exactly, and they're like 150 calories or whatever.
Yeah,
so
I learned about those if I have that. And how you talking about eating? I know that's how I do it too.
Yeah.
I stop.
I think it's important to listen to
everything.
your body and listen to your cravings. You're having cravings for a reason, and if you ignore them, it's not good for you mentally, and then that turns out to not be good for you physically. So I think really emphasizing a balance, and I think that's something that a lot of female athletes struggle with because there is this stereotype or this image that society has of what a woman should look like, an athletic woman, and even if they do fit it, but they don't feel like they do, like it turns out it can turn to disordered eating, it can turn to body image problems. So I think that, focusing on what your body needs and what your body craves and not necessarily what other people think you should look like is what's important. And then that's how I've created my healthy relationship with food. Like, yeah, I eat salads, I eat broccoli, but I also eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I also have an ice cream bar. I also have, a waffle in the morning if I want it. And so really listening to my body and cravings has really helped me. And I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and I'm not restricting myself in any way.
Yeah, I need to get in the best shape of my life, but I'm getting there, folks.
And
Worked out 2 hours.
It makes me happier, and I think when you're in a happy state of mind and you're healthy in your own skin, you naturally look better and feel better. And so that's just my 2 cents on nutrition.
Yeah, you got guns. We're going to do curls tonight. Chris, we're going to work out right after this, bro. He looking at me like negative. Going home, eat shrimp fried rice.
I rode a bike earlier.
Hey, Chris actually lost weight, folks. I'm gonna have to show y'all the before and after pictures, and we're gonna like get one of those apps and like make him have a 6-pack ripped up. You can download those. But that's good though, because I think a lot of people need to hear that. And I'm not a big fan of, people like, oh, can you give me a diet? I say honestly, probably about 15% of people follow diets on the T, honestly.
Exactly.
You'll look at it and like,
And then eating becomes a job when it should be something that you're using for fuel, that you're using for, to make yourself feel energized. Like, it shouldn't be a job. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, I can't go out to eat with my family tonight because I can't eat this. It's like, no, like, you should be able to go out to eat and make, a smart choice or feel good about yourself. Like, food should not be a job. Food should not make you feel bad, and you should use it for what it is. It's an energy source. It's a fuel source. And, like, it is a social, kind of a social activity in America, but there are ways that you can make smart choices about it as well.
And I agree. Now, of course, 10 years ago, wasn't a lot of great choices, but now, I mean, they have so many healthy choices.
Everywhere you go, they have healthy choices.
I even went to, I'm not going to say this loud, Mob Pizza. Y'all need to give me I'm giving y'all a plug, Mob Pizza. So y'all need to give me like some kind of sponsorship thing. We can put a pizza right here. But I went in there the other day and I got the smallest one they had. I was like, okay. And they had a gluten-free one. With what's the fancy crust?
Cauliflower
club. I was like, and I ordered one, right? And then a guy behind me heard me, right? And he was like, oh, I think you work at the gym, right? He kind of knew me. And he ordered the same thing. He like, I'm ordering cauliflower. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he put a lot of stuff on it.
Surround yourself by successful
people.
people.
And he was like, oh, crap. Man, I kind of liked it after I was eating there, but that was pretty cool. So you can make healthy choices out there. And that's why I try to tell people, just have a balance of it, and keep it moving. Enjoy yourself. All right, we're going to get off the nutrition fact because everybody
we can talk about that all day.
Everybody talk all day long. Let's get on sports, because you're a big sports person. Come from a family of sports. Dad played football. Mom played basketball. Sisters played every sport. You got nephews that look like they're going to probably be 6'6", 280 pounds. So sports is just a big thing. And you watch. What's your favorite sport to watch?
I think my favorite sport to watch is basketball because it's so fast-paced and exciting. And I just think it's such a swaggy sport. Like, I just think like the skills that they have, the ball handling.
Who's your favorite player?
Who's my favorite player? Oh, that's a hard one.
Okay, top two.
Okay, I like Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, okay.
And
you're a Golden State fan. Okay,
yeah.
keep going.
Well, no. I am a Rockets fan.
Okay, you're right. Okay, Rockets, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I also like Dwayne Wade, but I know he's retired now, but that's because...
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, but like he was one of my favorite players to watch as well.
Okay. So Klay Thompson, Dwayne. Okay, so...
And I'm also a really big Houston Astros fan. We're season ticket holders, my family, so...
we got the name this player.
Kutchel.
Oh, my God.
It says it right there. I'm just kidding. But my favorite player, I love...
Roger Clemens over there, too.
Aw.
Mike Alstott.
I love Altuve. Jose Altuve. He's my boy.
Altuve jersey up there, baby.
And I like Alex Bregman. He's cute.
No,
yeah, he's cute. We sit right behind the Astros dugout. So my little sister likes to go to the games because she can see the baseball butts in the pants.
Oh, Lord, that's too much information for me. So you're Astros, Rockets fan. What other sport? Name something outside the box that you watch. Because I sit at home sometime and I'm watching cricket. I'm like, what am I doing? But I just catch myself after about 30 minutes like, why do I have it on cricket? I have no clue how the sport is played.
I watch a lot of diving, obviously, which isn't a very popular, but I genuinely think it's super exciting to watch. I also like to watch soccer. I went to the World Cup in Russia last summer for the Men's World Cup.
And she went to Russia.
And so, yeah, I'm generally just a big sport fan.
I like watching soccer the last few minutes when it's about to end. I can't sit there and watch the whole game. They're long games,
but yeah, I'm just generally a sport lover, so any sport I'll watch, really.
Yeah, I'm a big football guy. I watch anything, honestly. Like I said, I was watching cricket the other day for 30 minutes. I'm like, why am I watching cricket on TV?
So many rules.
I'm like, I don't even know what's going on, but it was just kind of cool. What keeps you motivated? Just something quick, like 2 things. What keeps you motivated?
Goal
What makes
setting.
Goal setting.
It feels really good when you set a goal for yourself and then you reach it. You just feel really accomplished. You feel good about yourself. And that makes you want to create more goals and make tougher goals. So, achieving goals, getting that feeling of achieving a goal, and achieving my dreams, just like thinking about all the years of work that I put in, and then if I just give up, those years go to waste. So thinking about where I started and where I am is what keeps me going, because I'm like, I've worked so hard for so long, why stop now?
Yeah, and I totally agree. Being around you, I'm old, but anyway, being around you so long, I've seen you mature, to a young lady from, a long time ago to now. It's like, I'm like talking to like a grown woman over here. But seeing you mature and, motivate. How you wake up every morning? Do you wake yourself up? You set an alarm? Because me, I'm old and I'm used to waking up, so I don't even set an alarm. No, I just wake up.
I set an alarm just in case, but I typically wake up before my alarm.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I try to go to bed pretty early. It's almost past my bedtime, actually.
I know you'll be all right. You can just go home and go sleep.
But yeah, I typically have an alarm just in case, because I do like that feeling of waking up knowing that I have 15 minutes left before my alarm goes off. So I'm like, okay, I can take those moments to kind of have a zen in my bed. Zen relaxation moment.
Button. Yeah, I know. You're like, oh crap.
But yeah, so that's how I wake up.
What's next for you after diving? After diving is over, what do you see yourself doing? Because I tell people you're very talented, very smart. What do you see yourself doing? Like, what can you see yourself? I can't see you sitting behind a desk all day, just blah, blah, blah. It's not you, so don't ever take a job unless they paying you a lot of money to sit there, all right? They're paying you millions of dollars. I'll sit behind a desk all day and eat popcorn. But besides that, what you see yourself doing?
I would love to work in sports or the world of sports or with the sports brand. I haven't thought that far ahead yet, just because I really am focusing on my athletic career right now. But
Great response,
some
folks.
Ideas that I've thought about is, nutrition, helping out female and male athletes with those types of issues, or kind of being a resource for athletes, someone that they can talk to, because I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on athletes to be strong physically, but there isn't a lot of emphasis. The people don't really think about them being strong mentally or physically, mentally or, in their own mind, like psychologically. So I would really like to work with athletes on that and make them feel like they have somebody that cares about them more than just about their physical strength.
And I agree. We need a lot more people now, because I think even when I train people, I try to do more talking than I do anything.
And because you push so hard physically, but a lot of coaches don't check in on them mentally, and then that's where all the sad problems start. And so I would love to be a resource for them, for athletes, not any particular sport, but just maybe like Team USA or the USOC or like a college, somebody that they can talk to that, like a counselor almost, but like, I didn't go to psychological school or anything, but I just would like to be that type
but you got the experience of going through everything, so I think that holds way more weight than a zillion fancy blah, 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 and you never experienced none of this thing.
Because I definitely do want to make a difference in the sporting world in particularly, and I want to work and do something that I'm passionate about, and I feel like that's something that I would really love to do, helping people, surrounding myself by sports, and helping people feel comfortable in their own skin, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Gotcha. All right, so as we wrapping up the show, I always try to let people ask me a couple questions at the end. And you have a few questions for me as I'm looking over some. I'm like, oh my God, what is this lady about to ask me?
I know we've touched up on a couple of them in your last episode, so I'll just keep them nice and fresh here.
But go, folks.
We did a lot of talking about food on this episode.
I am hungry.
So we'll start with the healthy, but what are your top favorite healthy snacks? You're on the go in between a workout. A lot of people have a hard time.
I'm not going to even lie to you. Starbucks. Uh-oh, that's another one. Starbucks, we need like some kind of sponsorship. No whining, but we need a sponsorship. Probably, honestly, if I'm on the go, because, honestly, I try to eat clean as I can now that I'm getting older. And I always get that protein box from Starbucks.
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to eat healthy these days because Starbucks has all those options. And I go there, I get the spinach feta breakfast wrap, I'll get the turkey bacon, egg white sandwich. There's a lot of, because like a lot of the times that binging happens is when you're starving because you haven't had anything since lunch and you don't have any food with you. So when you get home and you want to make dinner, you make dinner, but in the meantime, you're snacking a bunch.
Yeah.
So it's like really important, stop at that Starbucks, get a meal in between or get a snack in between. So I think snacking is really important.
And I go to HEB and get the little sushi thing every time. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, them my go-to, because it's, living out here now, it's like a HEB on every corner. So I always go in there and run and get the little sushi, whatever, tuna roll or something like that, and Starbucks. They're my two go-to all the time.
Awesome. What is your favorite cheat meal? I know that we talk about those types of things a lot, so I want to know your favorite cheat meal.
Whew, I'm not going to even lie to you. Enchiladas from Papacitos. I can go there every time I have like a little craving for something bad. I go there, and the chicken enchiladas. It's Papacitos. We need another advertisement. Man, we're going to have a lot of advertisement next show, y'all. The Sports Resort, Papacitos, Mob Pizza, Starbucks, everybody. Houston Astros, woo, everybody. But enchiladas, I love Hispanic food.
Awesome. So we talked a lot about the ups and downs that I've been through and how you've sort of been there in my career through them. So what has been the best and worst parts of training me, or the hardest and easiest parts of training me?
Oh, probably the hardest. You getting hurt all the time, man, for a while. I'm like, holy crap. You would text me like, oh, DJonk, I broke my collarbone, or I had surgery. I'd be like, what the heck? You had surgery? I'm like, all right, well, we got to take off, right? And then you might not respond because you was depressed or something. Then your mama texts me back, oh, no. She got to work out tomorrow. Your dad like, oh, no. Can you call her? Actually, a funny story. Your dad sent me a message that I sent him that we discussed in 2012 about you. It's pretty funny on Facebook, because Facebook and a little messenger thing. I'm like, holy crap, I feel, this was, whatever, how many years ago? 7 years ago. But probably that, you getting hurt all the time at one point. You was hurt all the time, but we would keep working out. So we just kept pushing through it. And that was probably something, as a trainer and as somebody I was training, and then we just kept having setbacks, but we bounced through them all.
Yeah.
And actually, mentally as a trainer, it just kept me taught me something too, that, I got to keep pushing the person, even when they go through things, and always be there for them too. I thought that was one of the main things I always tried to do, is be there for you when you was going through that, because I think support for young people is big. Cause,
yeah, definitely.
I think that's one of the hugest things, is having a good support system around you. And you was blessed to have that. What's the other question you had? I forgot.
It was and then what was the easiest part about training me?
Oh, the easiest part is getting to the gym, because you went hard. I mean, you'll work out, you do anything. And then
anything for the gains.
Yeah, anything. And I think sometimes I train you with the football guys, and they're like, holy shit, this girl is like a little bunny. They're like, holy crap, she just keep going. She's like an Energizer bunny. And you just do everything, and they'll feel like, holy crap, this girl is like badass. Then they realize it's like you trying to go to Olympics. They're like, oh, okay, I don't feel so bad. I think training you with the football guy, I think I still had those videos. That was probably some of the coolest things right there. But, the easiest part was getting you there, because you always worked hard, you went hard, and that was just the easy part.
Awesome. So you've grown, your brand a lot in the last couple years. What has the success felt like? I mean, you opened your own gym, you're starting your own podcast, you have all these things going on. Tons of
bills. I'll probably say, just from where I started at, a lot of people don't know my story. I started DJonk Sports with probably about $10 to my name. I lived with my grandmother 20 years ago. I was broke, I was pretty much working at a school, teaching and coaching, wasn't really making a lot of money. You don't make no money doing that. Uncle Sam gets everything. And I was just trying to figure out what I want to do in my life, and I said, hey, I want to start my own business. So I started my own business. I tell people, I started doing this was no social media around, none of that stuff. I couldn't make a video and put it online. I couldn't post a picture. It was just word of mouth and just being good at it. So as everything grew and grew, and going through things, went through the flooded out, killed my whole business, a couple of years ago for pretty much a whole year. And making the decision to make an investment, I always knew I wanted to open my own facility. I just never know when I wanted to do it. And when Hurricane Harvey hit and flooded our Legends completely, and walking in and seeing water everywhere, I knew that it was time for me to do this. Now, I tell people to open up your own business, own facility. I didn't open up the smallest 12,000 square foot. Tons of bills, tons of responsibilities come in. You got staff, you got everybody. And you know, and I took that on. I think me growing up where I grew up at taught me hard work and to really love things and to really be passionate about it, you know. I grew up in the hood, you know, it was tough. You know, you walk to school, people try to rob you for your shoes, you know. So if you had good shoes on, you weren't wearing them, you'd be like, hey,
You're walking home barefoot.
Yeah, exactly. You walking home. So you would literally just put them in your backpack and try to hurry up and get to school, then change shoes. Oh, that was pretty crazy growing up in that time in Harlem Clark. But, you know, growing my business and support, people have supported me and been there, you know, throughout this whole process of me growing. You know, I always tell people, treat people right and good things going to happen to you. And I've always been a fan of that. Be nice to people, you know, even when they having bad times. And they're going to treat you right. So growing this business where I have now, you know, it's funny. I'm somewhere and people know who I am or, like, hey, you DJonk, whoop, whoop, you know, and things like that. You know, it kind of makes me feel weird in a way, but I'm like, holy crap, this is weird. Or seeing kids walk up to me or seeing people stare at me like, and I'm like, you can speak to me. And it happens a lot. Actually, it happened today. A dad and his son was staring at me. And I just spoke to the little boy and his dad started talking. But it makes me feel good. I'm a very humble person. Not big-headed at all. I think
I can attest to that.
Anybody can walk up to me and talk to me. I'm cool as a fan. I just try to take it in stride and keep pushing. It's not even, you know, half the things I still want to accomplish. You know, I still have things that going back to my old neighborhood where I grew up at and building a facility there for kids that can't afford it. Make it free.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, I'm gonna have to win a lottery or something one day, but doing things like that, you know, I'm still not finished yet. I have a couple projects going on. Have one in Detroit right now. A lot of people don't know Detroit went from having 2.5 million people in the city to having 540,000 within 3 years.
Wow. That
is insane. So a lot of kids, they don't have nothing to have a client and a project. We're doing some things there to give back. Just had a free football camp there. We gave them free food, free everything, backpacks. We had 520 kids there, which is insane. And a lot of those kids hit me back right now. But, you know, I tell people, take success in stride and be humble. Because, you know, God can take that from you right, at the snap of a finger, it can be gone. And I just try to do that. I try to keep a balance in my life. It's against my religion to work past 12 o'clock on Saturdays and past 5 o'clock on Fridays, so I don't do that at all. But I try to take it in stride, and I'm very appreciative on things that I have right now. And I work. You know, I tell people it was, you know, I did this with no handouts. You know, nobody gave me nothing. I built a facility with all my money. You know, nobody. I didn't go borrow no money from nobody. I didn't go to the bank to something I saved up for 20 years knowing I was going to come to this point.
That's awesome. I'm very proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Last question. So you train a lot of kids. You help them get scholarships. You help young kids, you know, find their passion in their sport. So what is the most rewarding part about training kids in particular?
I guess seeing the growth, seeing a kid come in, you know, and come into my place or come around them, they're young, and seeing them grow. Even the old ones, just helping them out. I mean, I've trained pro athletes, I train everybody, you know, just helping everybody and just keeping it moving, you know, and just making it fun. I'm a big person on fun. You know, I feel like, you know, if you come to work out, if it's not fun, you're not going to want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people that every day. You're not going to want to do it. And I'm not going to want to work around an environment that's not fun. So I try to make everything fun and just see people succeed. You know, see that, you know, I'm a big person. I go to a lot of games. I go to a lot of events that people I work with or train have. I'm a big fan of that. Go and show you support. And seeing them play and things like that. And it just brings, like, man, that's pretty good. And, you know, just saying that. So that keeps me going right there. I think that's one of the main things that keeps me going when I go watch it. I never forget I had, I remember Mason Hearn mom told me, it's probably 15 years ago, and I went to her son's games. She was like, my son trained with probably 5 or 6 people. She had 2 boys, and not one of them ever came to one of their games.
Oh, wow.
She was like, you drove out here and came? I'm like, yeah, like, how can I not go support him and, you know, your other son, and, you know, y'all paying me to train him? Like, that's just automatic. And I never forget that stuck to me. She was like, man, I'm happy. She like, nobody ever came to one of the games that they work with or train with. And that stuck to me all the time, for a long time. And I just thought that was a big thing there. But just being supportive in people and seeing them grow.
Yeah.
And just keep it moving.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's all I have for you.
Yeah. Appreciate you being on.
No problem.
DJonk Sports on. We here. We need next show, y'all. We're gonna have all kinds of sponsors up here and stuff. I don't even know. Apple, we got y'all watches over here. Apple computer. Hey, matter of fact, just remember, you're whining out there. It's a $5 charge.
$5 charge.
You can cash Apple. It's the Sports Resort. Look it up. PayPal too. Just send it on in, y'all folks. But appreciate you coming out, Cass. You're on the second ever, the Sports Resort. I think when I was picking his name, I'm like, man, what's something to make cool? We're gonna have to go. Hey, Chris, we have to go to do the next show on the beach somewhere. All right, Miami or something. On you. All right, we're going to Miami or somewhere and do the next show. And I guess the main thing for me asking you, when is the Olympics?
2020.
Ooh,
next
Tokyo?
summer. Tokyo 2020. Next July.
Tokyo is sick. When is the Olympic trials?
June of the 2020 as well. So just a
June.
month before the Olympics.
Okay. Nice. Olympics in Tokyo gonna be sick. That's gonna be insane.
I know.
Tokyo.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you'll make it. Keep working hard. Keep going first. Family, friends, enjoy life. You'll do it. My boy Mike Allstott. All right. We got Dallas Kershaw. We got Roger Clemens down there. We got Crosby down there. All right. These probably Mike Allstott, as y'all know, is probably one of my favorite athletes of all time. Roger Clemens probably too. I'm just an Astros fan right here. He still play, y'all. And
we got a squad here.
I'm a low-key hockey fan, y'all. I do binge watch that at times. I do know what I'm talking about. But I appreciate coming out, Cass.
No problem at all.
Great having you, as we can see. And as also, folks, Cass is doing a little work with me. She probably think I'm kind of crazy because the phone. Earlier today, I was arguing with somebody on the phone, but oh well, get over it. But appreciate you coming out, Cass. I need a Kassidy Cook fathead or something on the wall up there.
We'll have it made one day.
If somebody make me one and mail it to me, or I shout you out on the Sports Resort. We put a fathead on top of the building up there or something. Put your company logo on it, whatever. Appreciate you coming out, Cass.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Sport Resort, people.
Peace.
Peace.